Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Saturday, March 21st. We're going to get rocking and rolling on some interactive classes. We're going to be doing a bunch of drills at the beginner level. We're going to do another video where it's intermediate and another video where it's advanced. So first one, this one is going to be the beginner video for the young students and students from white, yellow, senior yellow, kind of that neighborhood. And what I have here is everyday household items that you can use when you're helping each other do these drills. Some drills you don't need anything, they're one-person drills. Others, easy. We have for our blocking, we have noodles. Oops. For our squares and clapping targets, we have pieces of paper that we can use. Some are thicker than others. This one can take a decent shot. It's a manila envelope. You could also use x-ray paper. That works really well with a good sound effect to it. And newspapers are for when you want to simulate breaking boards. And these shields here, you can use any throw pillow. We're going to use it for not absorbing shots today, but props for other reasons that you can use, which where we work on certain types of chambers, front kicks, side kicks. These guys are going to be very happy to show you what it's all about. To my left here is Brian. To his left is Otto. Gentlemen, thank you very much for being here and rocking with us. Let's get started. We're going to have a warm-up begin things, so stay along with our warm-up. We had a brief video a couple of days ago about some of the stuff that we're going to be doing, some of the exercises that we're going to throw in. So we're going to run this almost like a regular class. You can always pause it if you need to pause it, and hopefully we'll get to a lot of details where you can follow along well, but also understand just about everything. If you don't worry. Any questions, any videos that you want to send back to us, we will get back to them very quickly. So let's begin, guys. Step over just a little bit more, Brian. Face forward. Otto, you can step forward as well. Bow in. We're going to start off with 15 jumping jacks. Go.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
15 crossovers. Go. Yep, that's the one. Crossovers. We'll start with our hands like this, our feet apart. I cross my feet, my arms go across and out. 1, 2, 3. Give it a shot and keep your hands this high as your shoulders. Go ahead.
1, 2,
that's right.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Very good. When we do these crossovers, I could have made this point before. It's all right, I'll make it now. Start, feet apart, hands apart, cross over, and bring your hands in at the same time. That'll be the footwork on this. On this next one, the last one, our feet come apart, and I do the clappers. Stay on the balls of your feet, guys, and we have another 15. Go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Very good. Put the right leg back, hands up to guard. We're going to start moving our 1-2 combination. The jab is going to go up top. The cross is going to go down to the bottom. The idea being, Otto, if you'll get your hands up, please. He's going to want to block this. I want to make this threatening. I want to make him very concerned about this. He blocks it. Probably better to block with the other hand, yes, because that's what's going to open up those ribs. Bam. And back. If I just go like this, he's not going to really worry about it. It's not going to do what I want it to do. So every move has a purpose. I'm going to step in with my front foot. Close that gap. He blocks. I turn. If you notice what I'm doing here, I'm turning my pivot foot. Bam. And I step back. Okay? This will be our jab cross combination. And Brian, I want to hear some noise on that second punch. I heard Otto counting out those counts before. I know the cat doesn't got your tongue, right? So let's make some noise. I want to hear some kiops on that second punch. Fighting stance, guys. Jab cross. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When you guys do this, I liked how you were pivoting your feet. That front foot was really twisted. I'd like it if you took a little bit of a step forward on it at the same time. Brian, kind of along the lines that I'm saying right now, I want you to twist your hips. With your hips, it's going to go your foot. Boom. So 1, 2. We're going to do this with the other side, so let's switch the feet. And tell you what, guys, do me a favor and move over just a step. There we go. All right, my count. Jab cross. Ready? 1, 2. Straight ahead, Brian, is the target. 3, 4, 5. Make sure our jab is going first and the cross is going second. This is your target right here. 6. There we go. 7. There, that's much better. And 8. For our last set, gentlemen, we're going to do this on targets. Again, if you guys at home, if you have anything to use it. Otherwise, you can look in the mirror and make sure you're punching by looking right at yourself. Right now, you guys are going to have the benefit of me. Even if I didn't have these targets, this would work. Otto, if you could come right here, hands up. Get your fighting stance. Do your jab, go ahead. I'll block, make it threatening. I block it up here, and then go ahead and punch to the body. Bam. So with no targets, I'm here, go ahead. Make sure whoever you're working with, you guys be very, very careful. I don't want you guys sharing too much contact with each other, but for right here, and if you have the benefit of having anything to use, any pads, use the pads. But again, it can work both ways. Final set, jab cross. Brian, put your right leg back and your hands up. Guys, if you're not memorizing every single bit of technical detail that I give, don't worry about it. Memorize get comfortable with a couple of concepts. Like, for example, twisting your body, very important. If you're not totally expert on sitting on the punch, exact footwork, exact target area, don't worry. Point is, you're getting a good exercise, but you're also learning how to move your body in different ways and bringing your punching to a higher level, all right? When we get to the advanced ranks, then we'll be focusing on a little bit more complicated combinations, a few more theories on footwork and technical details. But for right now, jab cross, let's have some fun with it. And I want to hear some noise on the second punch. Brian, you're going to go 3 times. And then Otto, you will go 3 times. And we'll switch. Take turns, just like so. Hands up. Ready, 1. Which one is the jab, Brian? So that's the one that goes first. 2. There it is. 3. Much better with twisting of the hips that time. Back of the line. Otto. 1, 2, 3. Well done. Next. 1, 2, 3. Next. Good job. Go. Very nice. Couple more, guys. All right, now, Otto, let's switch the feet. If we switch the feet, a lot of people get confused with this next little bit. The jab is the front hand that does the punch. So now, the right hand is going to be forward, which means the right hand is the jab. The right hand is going to go first this time. So we're still switching, we're switching the feet, still pivoting our feet and our hips, but it's that right hand that goes first. Got it. Good, next. All right, Brian, get those hands up a little higher. There we go. Well, that last one got a little messed up. Do that last one again for me. Take 3. That one goes first. Go ahead.
Hey.
Good. Remember, we switched our feet. The right hand is forward, but that's totally okay. Good fix. Gentlemen, as we segue to another drill, I'd like you guys to execute plank position for 30 seconds. Go ahead. When you get into plank position, ladies and gentlemen, you're on your forearms, the body is straight, the knees aren't touching the ground, you're flexing your abs, you're engaging your core muscles. Very good, guys, well done. I don't want to see the butt this high up in the air, and we don't want to sag either. Right now, these gentlemen are doing a really great job in keeping that body straight. They're up on the balls of their feet, and they're not forgetting to breathe either. Very important that we breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth is the way I recommend doing that. A lot of people will sometimes breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Sometimes that happens in yoga poses, but for this, for the time being, I feel like the best way to do it into the nose, out through the mouth. It allows you to contract your core if you're gonna absorb a shot, like so. A few more seconds, guys. You're starting to sag, Brian. You got a couple more seconds left for me, I know it. So do you guys that are watching this video right now. Push yourselves. All right, come on up. Well done. When you guys are getting tired, pushing yourself, seeing it through, when you want to give up, that's when the most progress is made. If it was easy, you wouldn't really see too many results. If it was easy, it wouldn't be worth as much. So think about it along those lines, guys. When you're tired, when you're about to give up, reach new heights. That's how you expand your abilities, both physically and mentally. We're gonna move on now and do a couple of techniques from the basic forms. At white belt, you got Chun-Ji. At yellow belt, we have Dan-Gun. And at senior yellow belt, we have, what's the name of the senior yellow belt form? Do-san. All right, you guys are sharp. You gotta throw a curveball at you once in a while. So, Brian, what I'd like you to execute, and this is something you could do with, a few square feet. We're gonna practice our front stance and do a low block, okay? Otto, you're gonna do this with us, but then we're gonna take you a step further in a moment. I'll do it with you this first time. When we do a low block, a lot of stuff going on. I'm gonna prepare, putting my left hand on top. My right hand's gonna be on the bottom. I'm gonna step forward with my left foot, and the left hand goes down, the right hand comes back to my chamber. Pretty good, guys. This hand is about 8 to 11 inches off my front knee, front leg bent, back leg totally straight. Let's come on back. Let's try it again, guys. Prepare. Good. Step and low block. Come on back. I'm gonna do it again, this time full speed. Prepare. Turn my hips. Back. Low block. Very nice. I'm gonna have you guys do the next couple while I offer a couple of bits of advice and whatever else I may see, I'll certainly bring up. Prepare. For the left low block, Brian, that means the left hand will be on top. No, you had it, that was good. Switching it, yep. And step in low block, go. Otto with a very nice stance over here. Brian, you started with that left knee bent. I want you to finish with that left knee bent. There we go. And back. Prepare. Left hand on top. Go. Good, and back. Prepare. Left hand on top. Go. This last one, we're gonna hold the stance, which is also gonna work our quadricep muscles, our thigh right there. Well, we're also building something called muscle memory. If you stay in a position or do something over and over again, you begin to get the ability to do it without even thinking about it. A good example of muscle memory would be riding a bike. You guys know how to ride a bike? You get on the bike and it's not, okay, I gotta put my pedal over here, I gotta put my right foot down, my left, I better keep my balance, I'm looking to see if anyone's coming. No, you don't think about that stuff. You just go and do it. All except for the part where looking where you're going, obviously, that's an important part of it. But you get the idea, I think you see where I'm going with that. Muscle memory, you do it enough so that you don't even have to think about it, and your body's muscles do it anyway. All right now, Otto, how are we doing? I think this back leg, is it bending a little? I hope not. Good. Ryan, looking pretty good over here too. Let's put a little space between our knee and that bent knee, or between our knee and our hand. There we go. Hustle back. To the other side, it's very important to be ambidextrous. So, right hand on top. Turn. Low block. And back. Hand. Low block. And back. Prepare. Low block. And back. Prepare. Low block. Let's hold it. Work that thigh. You should be able to feel a nice burn in that muscle. If you're feeling that, you're doing something right. All right, as I look over here, I like what I see, but I like that foot to get a little bit wider. You always want to be about a shoulder's length wide in your stance for stability. So keep that knee bent, good, and it would be awesome if you had your back foot pointed in this direction as well. So with that back, yeah, exactly. And if you're wide enough in your stance, you're solid in your stance. If I'm on a balance speed, if you try it like this just for a second, you'll feel not a lot of stability. So, widen your shoulders, nice deep stance. There's my low block. Let's aim to the nose, gentlemen. Step forward and throw a punch to the nose. Go. And back. And Chun-Ji. That is the first combination. Otto here is going to execute Chun-Ji right now. He's going to do the whole thing. So we've just practiced the first part. For those of you with a couple of stripes, here's the rest of it. If you don't have any stripes yet, don't worry about it. Piece by piece, move by move, we will get there. Ryan, let's you and I step off to the side over here. Otto, I'm going to have you go slowly for those still working on the form who have some of the stripes, but not all of them, okay? And then in drills following, we'll be certain to get to some of those other techniques as well. What we're going to have to concentrate on now is the turns. Choreography, it's like a dance-like performance. Blocks, kicks, and counters used to tell a story. Chun-Ji, 16 moves, the white belt form. I'm going to take it through with you, Otto, the first time. I'm going to call out the moves, and then you do it full speed. So let's see that low block to the left. Go ahead. He's going to step forward, do that punch to the nose that we just did. Now he's going to prepare first. When in doubt, prepare first. A big turn over his right shoulder. Low block, step forward, punch to the nose. From here, he's going to prepare for a high block. He's going to step 90 degrees, do that high block. Instead of adding a punch, we're now going to add a kick. A front kick to be exact. From here, we'll prepare for a high block doing the other side. Good, and aim and kick with the kiai. Go. Nice. Now from here, we're going to turn to the left and do an inner forearm block. Go. Step forward punch. Prepare first. Big turn, inner forearm block. Step forward punch. Prepare first. We're going to do an inner forearm block again, that direction. Go ahead. Side kick. Inner forearm block. Side kick. All right, so you at home, try to stick with us if you have the form. If you don't, just do a couple of the pieces that you do know or that we just did. That low block punch is a great way to start. You can even do it without the turns. I can step forward and just keep doing the same move. To the other side. If at any point you want to pause this video and do an extra set or take another in-depth look at whatever move we're doing, feel free. That's what this is for. You can play these videos as much as possible and get as much as you can out of it. So before we do the entire form, we're going to briefly go over those other three techniques in Chun-Ji. And Otto will get into his ready position. The first one was a high block front kick. Go ahead, Otto. In a line drill, yes, we're going to go straight ahead. So prepare first. Chamber that left hand. Make sure that thumb is right here. We don't want a thumb sticking out. We want it right about there. Step forward, high block. Front kick. Good. Now from here, prepare your high block. Step forward, give it to me, go. Make sure we're in a nice front stance and front kick. Good. Let's hustle back over this way so we have plenty of space. Let's do one more quick set of that high block front kick. Go. All right, very nicely done. Landing behind on that front kick. That's what we want to see. The third combination is going to be an inner forearm block, followed by a step forward punch. Go ahead. Now hold it right there, Otto. Come right back here with me. I'll reiterate the stance that we're going to do on this inner forearm block. It's going to be a back stance, a little different than a front stance. Inner forearm block, back stance. My right leg is bent. My left leg is bent. Most of the weight is on my rear leg. And step forward, punch in the front stance. This is something that you can practice just working on the stance. Prepare. Boom. Front stance. Back stance. All right, so this move utilizes the back stance. Side block, punch. Side block or inner forearm block, punch. Now this last combination, Otto, we're going to skip to the last combination. Give me an inner forearm block in that back stance, stepping forward with that left leg. Go ahead. And from here, we're going to do a number one side kick. Side kick with that front leg. That's what number one means. If I'm here, front leg, number one front kick. Number two front kick is with the back leg. So this is a number one side kick, whereas we were doing a number two front kick earlier. Let me see that technique again, please, Otto. All right, let's try that side again. Step forward with the right leg, and number one side kick. Good, let's try it one more time, other side. Well done, all right, ready position, we're gonna put it all together for you right now, the Chun-Ji form in its entirety. All right, Otto, so let's get into ready position. Otto, if you haven't noticed, he's a senior red belt, so I expect a high level of technique, power, and attitude. Well, sometime within the next year, we might be looking at a black belt test for this young gentleman. So he's put in a lot of work, and I can't wait to see what happens in the near future. Starting with this form right now. Whenever you're ready, sir. Back to ready position. Awesome work. Very good, Otto. Back to attention. And bow out. Brian, come back and join us, please. For our next pattern interrupt, so to speak, we're going to go to that plank position, but we're going to take it on a different level. We're going to take it to a different level. What we're going to do is go to our hands and then gently go to our forearms. Go to our hands and gently to our forearms. Back and forth, back and forth. We'll do this set for a good 30 seconds, gentlemen. What do you say? Let's have it happen right now. Begin. Nicely done. Our abs are engaged. On the balls of our feet. Very good. Stay straight, Brian. Nicely done so far. Few more seconds. And time. Excellent job, guys. Pounds, pounds. All right. We're going to switch directions and come on over this way, guys. those kicks that we were doing, I want to do a few more reps regarding our kicks. And I'll give you guys a nice leg workout in addition to working on our chambers and the striking surface of our kick. It's a big difference between a front kick and a side kick when it comes to what part of the foot we use when we kick and the way we generate power and chamber the kick in the very beginning, that first part. There's 4 parts total. The first is that chamber. We're doing a front kick, gentlemen, you can do this with me. Get right up here, Otto. Ryan, let me see your fighting position as well. So the front kick, part 1, the knee comes up. Part 2, the foot goes out. 3, back. 4, down. We're gonna do a few just like so. Ready? 1. Full speed. 2. 3. Switch your feet. 1, 2, 3. Good, switch your feet. Now for this drill, it's a balance drill. So you could, if you want, hold on to a wall, hold on to something sturdy next to you, a chair, wherever, whatever it may be. But the idea is to work your balance as hard as you can and holding the full extension. A lot of times when we do this front kick, it's not fully extended, and that's really where the bread and butter is on this kick. That last bit of power in this or any kick is the last few inches of the execution. So I want the hips to go forward, boom, but we're gonna hold it in this position. Bring it back when I say 3, and down when I say 4. So let me show you again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. When I keep balance best is when I pick an object that's not moving. Like for right now, I just picked a little spot on that wall. My eyes aren't distracted anywhere else. I'm looking at that spot on the wall. Maybe it's a spot on something in the room that you're in. It could be anything. You focus on that object, it doesn't move, your balance improves immensely. Gentlemen, what I want us to do, hands up, we're gonna get right to it. Chamber, part 1. Extend the leg, part 2, and hold it as good as you can. If you have to bounce a little bit, that's fine, but I want that leg straight. I don't care if it's down here, but I want that leg straight. I'll give you a little bit of a, there we go, Ryan. I want that completely straight, that leg. So we're gonna go like that. Yeah, hold it just like so. Much better. Hold it. That's it. Rechamber and down. Switch feet. 1, 2. Extend it. I don't care how high it is. I want it done right. Straighten that leg out as much as you can. That's right, Ryan. Let's keep those hands in the guard. But don't forget, I want you focusing on a spot over there, and you will keep your balance better. How are we doing over here, Otto? Very good. Don't be distracted. Maybe there's noises going on in the other room. Maybe something's happening. Stay focused. Very nice. Ooh. Let's see if I can mess Otto up for a second. Well, he's solid. Good job. Rechamber 3, part 3, and down. Very good on this drill. Should you guys choose to do an extra set, now is a great time. But I do want to get in everything I was thinking of earlier. Give you guys the maximum amount of content in the half hour or so that we have during this session. So we're going to work on that side kick, guys. By yourselves, you can just do your kick. You pick a spot on that wall, and down, and down. If you're lucky enough to have someone holding a target for you or helping you out with this tutorial, have them hold the target. Would you do me a favor and hold this, please? Yeah, like that is fine. Doesn't necessarily have to be all the power in the world. In fact, I prefer not all the power in the world. Technique first. Speed and power, that'll come naturally. That'll come second later on. Move over this way just a little bit. So here's our other set of side kicks. I'm not killing it, but I'm making sure I'm pivoted. I'm making sure this chamber comes up like that. My foot's higher, my knee is higher, and it's going out the side. We talked about striking surface. Notice I'm using the heel of my foot, heel and blade edge. Pivot, chamber, kick, back and down. Something else I do, it's a little higher level of a detail, is this elbow here. Really helps me turn my hips over when I do that kick. To the other leg. Now, you guys can do at home to make this even more challenging, exciting, but it also makes sure you're doing a chamber properly. Put an object on the floor. Guys, let's make a line in front of me right here, back of this target. Now again, you can use whatever. Pillows, chairs, be careful. One of you gentlemen, run over there as fast as you can and get me 2 of those sheets. You can bring me on over, Brian, you too, yeah. Get another. Never know if we're gonna need more, so I'll put this right over here for now. Thank you, sir. Yep, there's good. So we're gonna chamber over these targets, guys. Hit the target, like so. Give me 3 just like we did before, go. Next. Good, all right, next. Otto's working that elbow. Brian, I want you to make sure, get in your fighting stance, that you land the kick in front of you. So get a little closer. Go ahead, do the kick and land in front. There we go. Again, making sure we're kicking with the heel. That was very good extension, good. Now hang on 1 second, switch your feet for me. That front leg is going to do the kick and it lands in front. Go ahead. There it is. Much better. Landing it forward, whoa. And that's something that we could also have fun with. If your foot accidentally hits those shields, 5 push-ups. I won't make you do the push-ups now because we just started. But that's definitely something that you can use at home and have fun with. Guys, for our next pattern interrupt, let me see some mountain climbers. Mountain climbers, you get on all 4s and bring your knees all the way up into your chest. Go. Good. A little faster, Ryan. Like you're running up a mountain. There we go. Bring those knees all the way up into your chest. By now, you guys should have a pretty good heart rate going on right now. Great cardio. Did a couple of good stretches. We'll finish out with a couple of good stretches. And time. I always like to stretch when the blood's flowing at the end of a workout, guys. So as we come up to the end of today, I want you guys to get into a split position facing that way. Have a seat. Sit down split position, yes. Sit down split position is totally fine. We're gonna put as much space as possible in between your feet. Let me get this out of your way there, Otto. So, I don't want any space between your knee and the floor. So push that knee down, very good, very good. Ryan, shock over here. I want you guys to think about trying to touch the floor with your elbows. If you can't, that's fine. Just crawl out as much as you can. And if you can get your elbows to the floor, the next goal would be to get your chest to the floor. Right now, you guys are putting on a good stretch. I'm not asking you to hurt yourselves, but you should feel a decent amount of tension on those legs. Let's pull ourselves down to the left knee now, guys. That left, right? Yep. Good. Very important to maintain your breathing. You don't want to hold your breath while you're stretching or while you're kicking or doing anything martial arts related. Breathing, very important. To the right leg. And one more time to the center. So as we're finishing up, guys, we got a good stretch in, worked on several kicks, took a look at that white belt form, and some other technical details regarding our front stance, our back stance. So there was a lot that got thrown at you today. Again, if you don't remember every single thing I said, don't worry. You have it on playback available, and there's gonna be more. We're gonna reinforce this stuff going forward. But so far right now, guys, thank you for helping me out with this session. Shake out your legs and stand on up. Let's face forward this way. So I would say Monday, Tuesday, we'll be doing some more videos to complement what we were doing here for the beginner levels. So thank you very much and have a great rest of the weekend. Bow out.